What's going on, guys? What's good? Welcome back. Well, today we're gonna go change up a little bit of the tone on this car. We're gonna go get some exhaust work done. And what are we gonna put on this car today? Let me show you all. We're gonna be going with the MBRP X pipe resonator delete. For those of you that don't know or do know about the Shelby GT350, as far as the R model comes with an X pipe and no resonators. The GT350, which is like mine, has the X pipe and resonators. So I've been reading on forums, I've been watching videos where there's people with the GT350, the non-R, that go and get a mid pipe, X pipe done to it, or H pipe, whichever you prefer, to remove or delete those resonators, and it changes up the sound, not drastically, but it gives it a little bit more volume, because the resonators of course do muffle it just a tad. And so we're gonna go ahead and go to the muffler shop and get this done. I would do it here, but I do not have a saw because this is just a cut and clamp. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it to a muffler shop, get it done. When I did purchase the car, I thought that it had the stock exhaust, but after looking underneath, I saw that the previous owner had gone to a muffler shop, cut off the resonators, and just had them put on two pipes in its place. I don't know if I can go underneath the car. I'm gonna try to show you underneath the car. If not, when we get to the muffler shop and the car is on the lift, I'll show you there. But let me see if I can get under the car and show you all real quick what I'm talking about. All right, so I'm on the ground, so this may be a little difficult to see using the flashlight. There's the X. And then right here is where the resonators were. And the previous owner went to a muffler shop, like I said, and got the resonators deleted, and they added a pipe. So the one that I got, of course, clamps, you cut all that off from the X, and it goes from there all the way back here. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's going to change the exhaust note much since now there's no resonators, but if it doesn't, well, at least I'll have a clean exhaust instead of those wells that are there. Like I said, this one's just a cut and clamp. I'm hoping that it does change the exhaust note a bit. Like I said, I've watched other videos and read forums where it's not something radical, you know, where it's going to change the exhaust note, but it is going to give it a little bit more volume. They say that when you do something like this X pipe that I've got, it does make it sound a little bit more like the GT350R. So let's go ahead and take it to the muffler shop so they can cut and clamp. But first, let me do a cold start. Alright guys, so the car is on the lift at the muffler shop. There's the X pipe. Let me show you underneath. Let's go underneath the car so you can kind of see better what I was talking about. got the X, and then this is where they went ahead and took off the resonators and then just welded on the pipes. So basically the new pipe is gonna go clamped on from here all the way back to, I want to say, somewhere around right here, and we should be good. As far as everything else, it's like I said, it's just a cut and clamp. Everything else, of course, on the exhaust part is still stock. On the GT350Rs, it doesn't have, of course, the resonators. I don't know why they did it on the regular GT350, but oh well. That should take care of that problem. So they'll get that taken care of, and that should be it. Alright guys, there's a stock X pipe. Alright guys, and there we go. What's that? Just went ahead and it is on. It actually looks a whole lot cleaner than what the other pipe was. It's just the mid pipe, of course, like I said, retaining factory cats. But just to get rid of the resonators and give it a cleaner sound. Alright, I'll tell you what, it's very different as far as the response to the car. I don't know if those two pipes were just too small, that it was kind of restricting. I feel it a little bit more responsive. Not nothing too crazy, but you can feel a slight difference. As far as the exhaust note on the inside of the car, can't really tell much of a difference. I can probably rev it up, of course, through the outside when I'm outside, but it's not going to be a cold start because since I'm driving it. So I may have to pick this up maybe tomorrow morning, kind of let the car sit and then do the cold start to see if there is a difference from the change. So I'll probably have to pick this up tomorrow and do a cold start to see if there is a difference. But as far as from the inside, it's really not much of a change, either than the car is, like I said, responding a tad bit better. So I'll probably, like I said, I'll pick this up tomorrow and do the cold start and see if there is a difference in the exhaust note. All right, so it's the next day. I'm gonna go ahead and do a cold start. I did mess up. I should have done some revs so you could hear the difference. So if I do revs right now on it, it's not gonna sound, or we won't be able to see the difference. So it's just gonna be a cold start, and that'll be it. Hopefully you can hear the difference from the stock exhaust to this one. So let me go ahead and give you all a cold start. you go, guys. That's the MBRP resonator delete. Didn't make a world of exhaust note, but it did clean it up just a tad, in my opinion. Especially when I'm driving, the car feels a tad different, a little bit more, I guess, free flow, responding, whatever you want to call it. But I'm happy with it. You know, I don't know if it's a big difference, like I said, coming out from the exhaust side, from the outside of the car, but either less, I'm happy with it. It actually cleaned up from what was previously on the car. So guys, thanks again for watching. Smash that like button, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the next one.